Hey everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And I came in today to talk about Donald Trump's crooked con man ass. Y'all, I said every once in a while I would come in and talk about this criminal that we have in the White House and do it with a little black girl magic. So here I am back again talking about this fool that we got in the White House. Child, he only been in here, what, about 65, 70 days so far. And look at all the chaos his administration has brought to this country. When you look at all the shit that they are into, all the shit that's coming out about them, and the view that the rest of the world has of us right about now, this shit is ridiculous. This whole administration, this whole thing about Donald Trump, everything about him is some bullshit. And y'all know that this is true. And the reason why I say that is because if we just look at everything that he's done in the last 65 to 70 days, if this had been President Obama, or for that matter, any other president, this shit would not be going down like this. I feel like those people that have, written for him, that voted for him, that and I'm going to borrow some words from Denzel Washington. And when I say these words, y'all will know where I'm getting this from. They've been had, they've been took, they've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, and run amok. Because that's exactly what's going on in the White House. It is so much shit surrounding him. And I had said that I was gonna, come in every so often and talk about the shit that's going on with him. But you know what, y'all? I decided that I probably won't be doing that. And the reason why is because, you know, what he's doing, it's very apparent. Everybody sees it, and it means nothing. These people that ride for him, they are, like I said, either hypnotized, mesmerized, or something. And to be honest, I don't even want to talk about this motherfucker anymore. And as always, y'all, my little talk that I'm going to give y'all today is with my black girl magic. So strap up, buckle in, whatever. Let's talk about some of the shit that has gone down. Y'all, first of all of this stuff with Russia and Vladimir Putin. The other day, I watched a documentary about Vladimir Putin, just 1 hour. And this motherfucker is a psychotic killer. He is a criminal. He is just tore down the people of Russia. He has made himself like the richest man in the world. They said that his wealth is 2 times greater than Gates. Bill Gates, y'all know him? It's 2 times greater or even more because they're not even sure of all the shit that he has. But the Russian people make about 400 and something dollars a month, but they love him because he's, I guess, bringing up Russia's stature in the world. And then when you look at all the people that are coming out in Donald Trump's administration that has some ties to Russia, y'all, all of this is not coincidence. You know, they'll downplay everything. Well, he really wasn't involved. He was working with this rich Russian businessman, and this one was just meeting with him to talk about this, and this one was just meeting with him to talk about that. Y'all, if President Obama was doing this shit, do y'all know they would have a fucking firing squad out in front of the front of the White House waiting on President Obama to bring his black ass out of there? This shit is ridiculous. And then, speaking of President Obama, you remember when Donald Trump was talking shit about President Obama taking a vacation every once in a while, going to play golf? Do y'all remember that? This motherfucker we got in the White House now, basically he treating the president like a presidency like a 9 to 5, y'all. On Fridays, y'all know how we be at work on Fridays and we looking at the clock and you like, oh my God, I got 10 minutes before 5 o'clock, and you start getting your purse together and all your shit, you throwing your coat on, so as soon as 5 o'clock come, you can jet. Y'all, that's what he doing. On Fridays, he is on his plane and he is on his way to Mar-a-Lago, spending up all the fucking taxpayers' money. You know, they said every time he goes, it costs the American taxpayer like $3 million for him to go down there and play golf every fucking weekend. And he talks shit about President Obama. And then they tried to clean it up saying that he's conducting business. So the White House is not a better place to conduct the business of America. You think Mar-a-Lago is a better place? That's some bullshit. Golfing every fucking weekend, and President Obama couldn't even get a vacation without them talking shit. This is crazy. And then all this lying about shit that's going on in the White House. This administration, everything, I don't believe shit that comes out their mouth. You know, I have sat back these last 65, 70 days and watched all this stuff that's going on in the White House and around the White House with these hearings and all of this. And y'all, what I come up with, this is all one great big elaborate lying master plan or something. I think what it is that Donald Trump got into bed with some people over in Russia. I think he needed some money. He borrowed it, but he owed them favors. And now, because he owes them all this money, he has to do their bidding. And then what he did is he staffed his administration with people that had ties to Russia and billionaires over in Russia, and they got some master plan for the United States. I don't know what it is. And then when I think about it, y'all, I say to myself, you know, how could you turn against your country, you know, for Russia because you owe them some money? You know, it, I don't know if it's money or what it is, but something is amiss between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. There's something up with them, y'all. And whatever it is, it doesn't mean America any good. Whatever's going on is some shit that Donald Trump got himself in, and he gonna drag the fucking America down with him trying to pay his debt to the fucking Russians. And then another thing, this incompetency that we see in the White House. Y'all, some of the stuff that I have seen them say and do, it shows that he does not have people in the White House that even understand the job that they have been appointed to, or either Donald Trump is micromanaging everything. Basically, it's like, to me, he put some of these people in these certain positions, but they really are there in name only, because between him, his daughter, and his son-in-law, and those crooked people that are in his very, very inner circle, they are running the government. These other people that he put in place, I don't think they really, you know, are part of anything. I think they were just appointed to fill those positions because certain positions had to be filled. But I think Donald Trump took the power from them. One example is that Rex Tillerson. Um, you know, I forgot what department that he heads up. If y'all remember, put it down in the comment section. But basically, he's like there in name only. It's like Donald Trump and his son-in-law are doing the job that this man is supposed to be doing. And then, did y'all know that Rex Tillerson was supposed to go to like a NATO meeting here in April, and they declined to go, meaning Donald Trump's administration and Tillerson, and instead of going to NATO to meet with the other world leaders, he's going to Russia? Is that not just some crazy fucking, oh my God, y'all? Could they be any more transparent? So you skip NATO and instead you go visit Putin in Russia. And pretty much we don't want to believe that our president is in bed with these Russians. Well, it's not us, y'all. It's those fucking supporters. It's just craziness all over. All of these people that are in this administration, this is all a con game, y'all. Like I said, I don't know what the end game is, but we being con, and it's happening right in front of our faces. This is this is crazy. Proof of that is like the health bill. When it didn't pass, they were just like, okay, we're moving on. The Republicans ran their fucking mouths for 7 years, fucking with President Obama about Obamacare. They threw together some shit, rushed a vote, and then when the shit didn't go through, or they saw that it wasn't going to go through, they was just like, oh well, fuck it, we'll move on to something else. To show you that they wasn't concerned about the American people and healthcare really. It's like they wanted to try the shit to see if it was gonna work, and hey, it didn't, so we ain't gonna worry about it. We'll move on to something else. What kind of bullshit is that? President Obama and his administration worked on the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, for almost 2 years, trying to, well, a year and a half or so, trying to get it, set up right. They tried to do the best they could. Now, is it perfect like everyone says? No, it's not perfect. And most of Americans say, then fix it. Don't take it away. Just fix it. But these motherfuckers wanted to create something in 2 weeks, well, a little more than 2 weeks, rush it to a vote, and then the shit fell through. And then they were sitting last Friday looking like a bunch of fucking stupid ass fools. And then over the weekend, they acted like they weren't even really worried about it. Hey, look, it's over. We ain't even going to, don't concern yourself with it. Trump, we gonna move on to something else. And now he's about to fuck with taxes. Y'all, Lord have mercy. And then his daughter, Ivanka. So this bitch got an office in the White House? I mean, y'all, nothing against her, but her motherfucking ass is a little bit older than my goddamn son. Her and her damn husband, Jared. And they are like trusted confidants of the fucking president of the United States. If this isn't some shit where the boss done got his kids on and just put them in positions, then I don't know what is. What the fuck can they offer to America? They got Ivanka sitting in on, you know, important meetings with world leaders and all of that. And then speaking of world leaders, did you see when the lady from Britain came over, and the way that Donald Trump treated her? He wouldn't even shake her hand. That shit was so fucking embarrassing and so fucking disrespectful. If you are, have any home training, you pretend. You shake her hand and show that you're the bigger person. This woman leaned over and asked him to shake her hand, and he acted like she wasn't even talking to him. Even the reporters were like, "Oh, can we get a handshake?" And again, he ignored what they were saying. And you could tell that the son of a bitch heard them asking him that. And if he didn't hear them, he surely heard her when she bent over and whispered in his ear. He acted like that woman was not even speaking to him. And then when she went home, they had all of this written up in their local newspapers, how disrespected that she was by the American president. It was ridiculous. And then moving on to his fucking wife, Melania. You mean to tell me this bitch can't bring her ass to Washington so we can stop paying for her and their son to live in New York? New York is having to provide, security for her ass because she won't take Baden, you know how she says his name, Baden, and take her motherfucking ass to the goddamn White House and all them live under one roof. She is being protected in New York, so New York has to take from their local budget to protect Trump Tower. This shit is ridiculous. But you know what? The American people are just sitting by letting this happen. Now, you do have some people that are out there protesting daily, but as a whole, America's just sitting back saying, well, it'll get better. It'll get better. Meanwhile, we're paying for all this shit. We're paying for all this. For his wife to be holed up in Trump Tower. Now, again, let's go back to President Obama. When President Obama took office, Michelle, Malia, and Sasha, and the Michelle's mother came to Washington. They packed up everything and they left. What makes Barron any better than Sasha and Malia? I think a little Sasha was younger than what Barron is now. Pack that shit up and go to fucking Washington, you non-speaking bitch. And I'm talking about Melania because when that bitch talk, I can't understand a fucking word the bitch says. This is just utterly ridiculous. And then while we're talking about, people from another country, even this immigration bill, y'all, to me, they are targeting Mexicans and Muslims. And let me just say something about that. Do you know that there are more Europeans here that have overstayed their visas than there are Mexicans? It's like he's focusing on people of color because, Mexicans and Muslims are considered people of color. Why isn't this big uproar over Asian people who are overstayed their visas and people from Europe? Why aren't we focusing on them too? Why is there this big push to build a wall and block the Mexicans and other people of color? But there's no talk of, these people from Europe and from Asia that have come over here and overstayed and now have assimilated themselves into American, the American way, and they're not going home. You're rounding up everybody else, getting people when they're picking up their kids from school. But these Europeans and these Asians and people that look like them, you're not making a big thing over them. This is this is crazy, y'all. This is crazy time in America. And if we can't see that a lot of this stuff that's going on in the White House is because Donald Trump is a Looney Tune. Now, he may be good in his business and he's not even great in all that because from what I'm hearing, the reason why he's borrowing money from, people in other countries, namely the Russians, is because he had basically ran out of people to borrow from here in America. He was tapped out. So he had to look abroad to start borrowing money. Now, if you're such a great businessman, why did you file bankruptcy 5 times? I mean, why did you have to do that? You don't see Bill Gates or any of them, Mike Zucker, or what is his name, Mark Zuckerberg, none of them filed bankruptcy 5 times. And Mark Zuckerberg was basically a little bit older than a teenager when he started Facebook. Damn. But this simple son of a bitch has filed bankruptcy like 5 times. This is this is ridiculous, y'all. And then think about the stuff that's probably going on behind closed doors that we don't know about, that hasn't come out yet. You know, we're only like 70 days in, and look at the shit that's already happening so far. All of this craziness with this Russian stuff. Look at all this stuff. 70 days in. Y'all remember we still got 4 years to go. God damn. This shit is it's crazy. We still got 4 years to go. Don't it feel like he been in office at least 6 months? It ain't really been just a little over 2 months. Seems like this son of a bitch been there 6 months. And it's just too many coincidences with all these people in his cabinet, too much craziness coming from over in Russia. And then another thing that just really, really gets me, and then I'm going to end this video, is how these Republicans just turn a blind eye. And no matter what Donald Trump says or does, they get on television and defend him. You know, sometimes when I'm watching the news and they're defending the indefensible, I feel like I'm in the fucking Twilight Zone, y'all. I'm sitting there like, they are sitting here trying to, talk circles around this craziness or shift the conversation. Don't they know that in the end, this shit is going to get us in trouble? If it doesn't get us in some type of war or some type of conflict with another country, America is going to be ravaged by the time Donald Trump gets out of office. First of all, they don't know what they're doing, and it's obvious because everything they try, it falls through because they don't have people in positions that know what they're doing, which I'm kind of glad that they don't, because it helps this crazy shit fall through. But this is where we are, y'all. I sometimes when I'm watching the news, and I turn to see, what has happened today with this simpleton that we got in the White House, I'm like, how could his supporters follow this bullshit blindly? It's almost like you got to suspend your intelligence to even kind of understand or make some sense out of what's going on. You know, these toothless motherfuckers that's following him, these Jerry Springer's son of a bitches, they woke up when he was about to try to take their medical because they know they don't have nothing to replace it. That shit that the Republicans were offering was crazy, y'all. It was crazy. And then it's going to take another catastrophe, something else that he messes with and then fucks up for them to wake up again. It's like I believe that the next 4 years we're going to go through all of these near misses, and I hope that these near misses don't involve other countries where, he pisses off some other country and then they come gunning for America. And it's sad because it's not the American people, it's his simple ass. He's alienating us from, people that are our friends, and then you wonder, why are you doing that? You fucking asshole. Y'all, like I said at the beginning of the video, I think I'm going to stop talking about this shit. I think I'm just going to maybe weekly pay attention to what's going on, because what I see is this is a bunch of bullshit. And, the American people are pretty much ain't really saying nothing. They're going to let it roll, and, Only when it affects them will they get up in arms or march around. But pretty much it's business as usual, even though we got a simpleton in the White House. They gonna let him ride this shit till the wheels fall off. And, in the next 4 years, when the next president come in, America is gonna be so raggedy that it's gonna take 4 years or more to just get us back in line, repair our relationships with other countries. Oh Lord, y'all. And I'm gonna end this by saying, and they talked about Obama, but his name was No Drama Obama. No drama. But now you got Trump, the racist in the White House, because I ain't forgot about that either. This man is a racist, and he's also surrounded himself with plenty of racists. And you're going to have those trolls in my comments saying that he's not a racist, and, Steve Bannon is not a racist, and Jeff Sessions is not a racist. They're going to be down in the comments. Trust me, y'all. I usually just delete their asses. As soon as I see which way it's going, I delete, block, get rid of them. Because they don't want to admit it because they're racist too. But this is where we are, y'all. I would sure like to know what y'all think of the past 70-something days that this bitch has been in the White House. And I do mean bitch. And I'm talking about Donald Trump. And with that, y'all, thanks for listening to the video. And also, I want to apologize for my neighbor's dog. Seems like this little dog knows every time that I'm about to do a video because he starts barking. But with that, y'all, thanks again for watching the video. And you guys you see, I'm about to end my video and the little dog has stopped barking. But yeah, you have a good afternoon. Bye-bye now.